Sometimes things are just way more complicated than they need to be. So if finding success in real estate is just an enigma to you, you want to tune in here and listen to the only four things you even need to think about. There's really only four things. Every single question, problem, situation you've got in real estate can be related to one of these four buckets so that you find success in real estate. And stay to the end because the last one might be the hardest one, but it's probably the most important. So number one, conversations, period. And when I say conversations, if you've heard any of my stuff before, making phone calls and having conversations, and what do we quantify as a conversation? Well, it's anything that lasts over 2 minutes is what we would call a meaningful conversation. But in reality, it's not just calling the leads and those phone conversations. It's having a conversation with a human being about real estate. So you ever watch somebody get into the business and they do really, really well with a lot of their friends and family? Well, they're probably having a lot of conversations about real estate with their friends and their family. So whether it's conversations with leads, conversations with your friends and family, your sphere of influence, conversations at networking groups, on social media, back and forth messaging, you've got to have a conversation. No sale in real estate starts without a two-way conversation between you and the person buying. So why aren't you having more of them? That is your biggest needle mover to create more sales. Have more conversations. I think, and I say this from personal experience, complication is a form of avoidance. We complicate the hell out of things because we don't want to do the hard things. So if you want a simple way to win, if real estate's been tough for you, or maybe you just want to grow and get more, just have more conversations about real estate and watch what happens to your pipeline. Number two is your calendar. It's probably one of the hardest things to dial in. And maybe you get it dialed in and then you've got to revisit it because life changes, and family and kids and all the in-betweens and health and just, life's constantly moving. But your calendar, you've got to dial your calendar in. Now, what should that look like? Have some prep in the morning. We have a daily sprint sheet. We write down 3 things we're grateful for. Prep your lists. Who are you having conversations with today and how are you having them? Spend 2 hours making sure you are having new conversations, creating conversations with new people, new potential buyers and sellers, not just your current ones, having conversations with new people that you're not currently working with, so that you're not a hostage to the ones that you're currently working with. If you're a hostage to the ones that you're currently working with, you might try to manipulate them. If you want to be ethical and only help people, by just educating them and not trying to manipulate them and not sell them, then make sure you're bringing in a significant amount of conversations so you can just work with the ones who are ready to take action. So anyways, that's the most important thing, is you've got to have an hour or 2 per day. You've got to have 1 to 2 hours per day of outbound messaging, hosting it, open house, having an event, calling people. You have to have conversations about real estate. So prep your day, write down what you're grateful for, figure out who you're talking to. Spend 1 to 2 hours a day, go 9 to 11. 11 to 12, follow up with the people you are working with. Love on them. 12 to 1, have lunch. 1 to 2, put out the fires with your deals. And 2 to 5 or 5 to 8, schedule appointments. Will you have days where things shift? Yes, shift those blocks. Make sure you're looking at your calendar intentionally every night before the next day and every morning. Make sure it's teed up. If there's open white space in the calendar, fill it. If you're new in the business and don't have a pipeline and you don't have appointments, fill that appointment time with prospecting time. I know you think about real estate for more than 40 hours a week, but are you actually working on real estate for more than 40 hours a week? Number 3, coachability. Once you've swung the bat, you need to ask somebody, did I swing too high? Did I swing too low? You need to be in training. You need to see examples of success. You need to be coached. You need to hear what you could do right, what you did wrong in the situation. Pro athletes watch game tape, record yourself, role play with ChatGPT, ask ChatGPT. How many AI transcripts and stuff do we have of meetings? If you're recording your consults with buyers or sellers, or your phone calls in any way, if that's something you're doing or allowed to do, plug that transcript into ChatGPT. What could I have done differently here to get an appointment, to not come off salesy, to whatever you're working on? You've got to take that action. You have to have really, right? We're gonna bring this home. You've got to have that calendar dialed in so you're taking the proper action every day and your schedule is regimented with the things you need to do to be efficient and effective in your real estate business. You need to take that action to have conversations, and then you need to be coachable on that action that you took. Get it in the calendar, create the conversations, and be coachable and trained around those things. That's all that matters, minus the final piece. That brings us to number 4. Number 4 is accountability. Accountability around what you know you need to do to get to where you want to go. This It doesn't have to be rocket science. It could be your spouse, could be a really good friend. You know, it could be another agent you work with in your market or an outside of your market and met at a conference, or you can join a team, you can get coaching. You know, there's so many options out there, but the accountability can be as simple as, hey, well, let's define accountability. Back up. What is accountability? It is someone taking time out of their day to support you to grow as a human being. So they're taking time out of their life to make sure to support you to grow in yours. So what does that look like? Hey, I want to get to X. I need to know I need to talk and have 5 conversations per day to get to X, 5 days a week. I'm going to text you on every Monday. Can you keep me accountable to what I'm saying I'm going to do? Ask that to your spouse, to a friend, to a team leader, to a broker, to a manager, to a friend. Find someone. Find your accountability partner and make it real. Did you do it? No. Okay, some of the weeks will be no, that's fine. It's not like, oh, I'm gonna have an accountability partner and every single week I'm gonna be 100% and I crush life. No, the point of accountability is to create clarity. It's to create an awareness around what's getting in the way, what you could be doing differently, you know, with your schedule, with your time, with your choices. It's not a time management issue. It's a choice management issue. And you've probably heard that before. Take a look. Open up your calendar. What does it look like? What do your choices look like? When you stay in the truth, you stay in that, you get clarity, that's how you win. That's, you know, I come at this one with a little bit of intensity because I know I needed it. I know I needed that intensity to be aware of, you know, the simple thing is I just need to have more conversations. The simple thing is I just need to have my calendar dialed in. The simple thing is I need to be coachable. If I suck and I'm not getting a result and I did enough action, how can I do it? How can I work on my skills? If I've taken the action first, if it's in my calendar and I've had conversations about the thing. It is that simple. Have someone around you to hold you accountable. And if I can help you in any way, I've helped plenty of real estate agents hit 6 figures in the business. You can find my info somewhere down here below. I'm happy to jump on a strategy call with anybody. You know, just give you clarity. Make sure that you know what you need to do to move the needle in your business, because I want to see people win. I want to see people win. It's the same thing that was done for me. So I hope this is helpful. It might have been super simple. In my experience, the simple things are the things that actually move the needle. So stay simple and go get after it. Execute on this one, and I'll see you at the top.